Y'all, I had to go to the dentist today and my mouth hurts a lot. But my hair looks cute, so we gotta film today. There's no other way. Hello YouTube! Welcome back to the Every Closet channel. Hit subscribe, do the things, YouTuber phrases. Anyway, I've been putting off doing this video because I do not want to make it because honestly it's going to be kind of boring, but I feel like it needs to be here. I'm just going to answer all intro questions. So who are we? What do we do? What is reselling? How do I do it? What is Poshmark? How does it work? How do I get started on it? I'm going to answer all those questions, and I'm going to have like an intro to end all intros is going to be this video. And then hopefully we can mostly like skip through that in later videos. I hate intros as a rule. I think they're boring and I think people usually skip them anyway. So I just figured let's get all the questions out of the way. I'm a bit of a rambler, so thank goodness. Everyone thank Ethan for editing this. That is the only way any of us are gonna ever make it, through me being the face and voice of the Every Closet. So without further ado, let's get into the intro. So let's begin with 1. Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here? My name is Stephanie, as I think I even forgot to say in the last video. Along with my partner Ethan, we run the Every Closet. We're on Instagram, YouTube, and Poshmark. A little bit about us. So we are 27, both of us. We were same graduating class in high school. We were friends. Then we started dating just right out of high school. And so now we've been together for like, I don't know. I don't want to do that math. It's a long time. We live in the Vancouver-ish area of BC in Canada. So we're Canadian resellers. A very Canadian shirt on. Beaver, trees, goose, mountains. The shirt's for sale in my closet, by the way. What is the Every Closet? It is a reselling business. And then we also run an Instagram account over on Instagram, and we run this YouTube channel that we're planning on making into a real thing. And we do reselling off of Facebook Marketplace and off an app called Poshmark. We do like 90% of our sales off Poshmark now. We are this close to starting to finally break into also selling on eBay. We're also planning on creating a blog. I'll probably put links. Maybe the blog will be, no, probably not. When it is, I'll put the links in the description. So reselling means we acquired used goods. Our business is mainly clothing, kids, men's, women's clothing that has been pre-owned and is in good condition, and we resell it. So the Every Closet began basically in early November, late October of 2020. That's when I got Poshmark and when I switched to the Every Closet. Before that, it was not Ethan and just me, and I was running something I called Vancouver Stuff Solutions, which was conceptualized mainly as a decluttering business with consignment as an additional service. But from the pandemic, that got pretty steamrolled. Like, no one wanted me in their house. I didn't want to be in their house decluttering things. So it just became just the consignment and reselling. And from there, I realized that the reselling itself can be its own business in and of itself. And I don't have to go declutter stuff for people. And maybe they don't even want me to. So from Vancouver Stuff Solutions, once I got Poshmark, it became the Every Closet. So the idea is just that you can come to our closet, and anyone, whoever you are, you can find at least hopefully 5 or 6 things that you like and want to buy in the closet. That's the idea. Yeah, that began in November of 2017. And then Ethan wrote and passed the bar exam for BC lawyers or whatever. Wow, I know the terms. I'm a good girlfriend. So now we are no longer very focused on consignment in our business. So by the way, I said this would be an explanation. I'm just throwing out terms. Consignment is when you sell something on behalf of the owner for them and you take a cut of the profits. We were doing 50-50. It can be like 60-40. I know the Real is a website that does consignment for people who have luxury goods. So we've moved away from consignment because we realized, like, with Poshmark's 20% cut, splitting the remaining 80% in half just wasn't worth the amount of time we were putting into things. I'm not saying consignment can't be part of your reselling business. It absolutely can. It's just, if it's going to be, I'd recommend it for things that are gonna resell for at least probably $80 to $100. Like we did consign some emerald earrings from one of Ethan, well, our friends, sorry. Hi, Serena. Our friends. And that was absolutely worth it because those were like real gold emerald earrings. So those, yeah, anything like that, I think consignment is absolutely an amazing part of a business. But we've just moved away from consigning anything that's not as lucrative, because we can actually just get it cheaper buying it ourselves and then flipping it. Like, the returns are just better. So we're moving slightly away from consignment. So we mainly acquire goods in one of two ways. One is we go to a thrift store and we buy it at thrift store price. Most of the time, if the thrift store knows the brand resells well, they'll price it way up, but they miss things. They miss a lot of brands. There's brands they don't know about, and that's where we make our money, when they've priced it at a regular $5 and it resells for $80 and they didn't know. That's the bulk of where the money comes from. The bulk of our inventory so far has come from a sourcing method that we call $10 bags. If you ever hear someone say like large, extra large, plus size, that's a good size, and like, oh, it's extra small, maybe don't pick it up, and you're wondering why, like, why would when the stores sell an equal number of extra small, small, medium, large, and then barely any plus size, which is ridiculous, why would it be better to resell the other sizes? And that's because most people are those sizes. I think the average size for a North American woman is like 16. So yeah, plus size clothes are vastly underproduced. And that's why if you find something and you're like, oh, I'm a little on the fence if I want to buy it, if it's an extra small, freaking leave it. But if it's like a 14, 16, 18, people in those sizes need sources of clothes because the stores don't freaking provide them. So we try to have a range of clothes. So let's see, that's the Every Closet, that's what reselling is, that's who we are. Let's go to Poshmark. What is Poshmark? So Poshmark's a quirky little app. It's wonderful and I love it. They just launched in Canada in May 2019 is what I've been told. I just started, way after that. But yes, so it's been around in Canada for over a year, or over 2 years. I swear. Almost 2 years. My mouth hurts. You guys, we're gonna have to have so many jump cuts because I am such a scatterbrain right now. I should really just read off my script. I wrote a script and then instead we're just doing this. Isn't this fun? So Poshmark is an app and it's a website. So you can list anything in the categories they have. They used to, I think, just be clothes, but then they opened their home market, so you can have home goods, decor, etc. They have a kids market. I think they just launched pet market. We don't have anything pet in our store yet, but we do have pets, so when they're done with whatever, if they haven't destroyed it, we will resell it on Poshmark. Yes, men's, women's, used clothing, also new clothing. So you will actually be able to find quite a bit of new with tags items on Poshmark. So if you don't like the idea of used clothing, well, for one, why are you here? But for two, you can find new clothes on Poshmark as well. In fact, if you are gonna sign up, seriously, don't do it without a referral code. There's a million ways to find referral codes on the internet, and it just gives you $15 free in Posh credit. So, and if you use my code, which is the Every Closet, it gives me $15 in Posh credit. Yeah, but really don't sign up without a code. Alright, so you could, postings are free. You could post unlimited number of listings. I believe if we ever hit that limit, I'll tell you, but I believe it's unlimited. And Poshmark takes just 20% of the sale when the item sells. So they don't take money from you unless you sell something and make money. So the 20% number goes down to $15 in Canada. I think it's 10 in the US, but $15 in Canada. And then it becomes $3.95, I think, which makes it way less worth it. I think it's $5. You have to sell something for at least $5 on Poshmark if you want to make $1, because they take $3.95. So on Poshmark Canada, just keep that in mind. You're not selling anything and everything like for $1 or $2 or $3. That will not bring you a profit. So you need to sell everything at least $5, preferably over 15. That's why a lot of poshers like myself encourage bundling in their closet, because I can be flexible with prices in a bundle. But if it's just one thing, I need it to reach at least $15, so I'm making at least something. Because if you sell something for $7 and you make 3, the person is charged $7 plus $12.99 shipping in Canada, so they're paying about $20. Someone did this. Someone just outright bought something in my closet that was $6, and I had marked it as free in bundle. And I was just like, oh, you paid $20 to get this to you. It would have been maybe $5 in a dollar store, and I got $2 out of it. So like, it's just, try to bundle, or at least bundle if you're not buying something that's more expensive, or more expensive than $15 at least. That's my first Posh tip. So as a buyer on Poshmark, how it works is you can browse people's closets. So their closet is like their store, but they call it their closet. You can browse people's closet and just see what catches your eye, and you can purchase goods outright or send an offer. Don't purchase outright, send offers. Or you can search via the search function. The way the search function works is you can search by brand, you can search by just category, so like all pants, and then filter by size, color, whatever you want, price. There's like pretty much endless filters. One thing I would note is I wouldn't probably so you put in your sizes and you can search by that, but as a tip for a buyer, I wouldn't do that for a few various reasons. One is resold clothes could have been altered. So just because something's like size 29 jeans doesn't mean it's size 29 waist still. And then another reason is just, what is women's sizing? It's garbage. Like, what does medium even mean? I've seen mediums look like a size 4, and I've seen them look like a size 12. So yeah, I just straight up don't believe small, medium, large, extra large. I think it's all crap. That's why I always try and provide measurements. The only brand that I think is standard enough not to even, like, I trust their sizing not to provide measurements is Lululemon. And again, I would look for alterations first, but if there's no signs of alterations, usually a Lululemon 6 is a Lululemon 6, and they're the only ones I trust with that. Other than that, we usually provide measurements. Yeah, so if you're searching by your size, you're not gonna get all the things that would actually fit you in that size. So I personally don't tend to filter by size when I'm shopping. So once you find an item, say you find an item you want, you go to that person's closet. Normally what I would do is try to find other things I like in that closet, because if you like a few things, you can get higher discounts from people. And then 4 times a day, at terrible hours for the East Coasters, but reasonable hours for us here in Vancouver, they have something called a Posh Party. If there's a boho Posh Party on and you really like boho things, it'll be limited to what brands people can share to the party, and you'll get just a huge selection of items in that sort of category. So for example, boho would be like Free People, Anthropology, For Love and Lemons, etc., things like that. So as a seller, you want to share your things to the party, but I don't want you to stress about it. Don't think like, I need to be glued to this app at all times and I can't miss the Posh Party. No, it's fine. You can share your items whenever during the day, and as long as you're sharing them, they'll still move. If you happen to be on when the Posh Party's happening, yeah, share to that Posh Party. Mainly what it'll get you is other poshers sharing your closet for you. So that's a bonus. Ethan's gonna kill me editing this. You guys don't know how many tangents I've gone off on because he's editing them out, I hope. But where were we? I don't even know. One of the things I love about shopping on Poshmark is no matter what you're looking for, they have it in every size, and they have like 20 of them. And that would have been so useful for me back when, like, I bought clothes back when I bought clothes for resale price, and I'd like go to the mall and I'd be like, I'm looking for a mustard colored cardigan, and I'd search the whole mall and they wouldn't have one, and then I'd have to leave. Do you know how time consuming that is compared to mustard colored cardigan typed into the search bar and then having like 20 of them pop up to choose from in my size? That is so much easier. So that is one of the definite benefits of shopping on Poshmark. Other than you're saving the, not, I don't want to say you're saving the environment, that's cheesy. It's good for the environment because you're not buying new clothes, which means less new clothes get produced. And do you know how bad for the environment new clothes getting produced is? Whew. You can find things really easily on Poshmark. It's good for the environment and it's cheaper, like it can be very much cheaper than retail, depending on what brand it is. Lululemon, you're pretty much going to pay retail because guess what? People love that brand. Also, if you're a buyer and you're in search of a very specific item, what you can do is add a listing to your closet and tag it ISO, which means in search of. So just put like a stock photo up of what you wanted. Say it's like a specific, like, I don't know, what's specific? We have these Oakley heels in our closet that I'm pretty sure they only made so many of. They're really weird. They have like metal. They're crazy. So if you were looking for those, you put up a picture and say in search of. Poshers will share that for you, and then if anyone comes across it who has that item for sale, they will reach out to you because they want to make sales. So as a buyer, if you say you see something you want to buy, the first step is to like that item. If you do not want to buy anything, I do not recommend liking things. You're going to get sent offers that you don't want. You're going to get the Poshers hopes up, and we don't love that. Not that you can't browse, not that you have to buy everything you like, just the like on Poshmark, it's not like the like on Instagram. It basically means like for the right price or under the right circumstances, or I'm close to purchasing this item. I could be moved to purchase this item is kind of how it's read. The best way to get deals in almost every closet, and especially in our closet because we have so much freaking stuff, is to make a bundle. So there's a little button in the corner. Maybe we could put it up on the screen. Maybe that's complicated. Ethan will figure that out. Sorry. There's a little button here, and that's the add to bundle button. Shopping in bundles just means more than one item is going to be shipped to you at once from this seller. So the bundles can only be from one person's closet. I've had this question a lot. So someone added something to a bundle and then said, I want something from another closet. No, bundles are from one seller because we all live in different places. We're going to be shipping from different places. The reason it's bundled is to ship it in one package, and so you don't have to pay shipping 2 or 3 times. Do always try and find something in a closet that can make a bundle if you're hoping to get the price down or get more like value for your money. If you just want the one item, send an offer on the item. Everyone is super happy to ship that. Everyone that I know is super happy to ship single bundles. But the way it works if you send an offer is the Posher will be notified this person made an offer, and they have 3 options. So they can decline it, which I don't fully recommend ever doing, but some people do. Fair enough. Counter, so that like say you offered $20, they can come back with $27. And then you can come back with $22 and they come back with $26, and then you land at $26 and you buy it. That's kind of how most sales happen on Poshmark, kind of a bit of back and forth. Also, for adding things to bundles, so if you just go in someone's closet and like 10, 15 things and you hit your bundle, your likes will appear for you. So it's kind of like making a little list, like, oh, I like these things. And then you can add whichever ones you're like interested in really purchasing into your bundle, and then send a offer to that liker for all those items. Or they can send an offer to you for all those items. Often when people like multiple things in my closet, I will add it to a bundle for them and send them an offer. It's just an automatic thing I do. We do, Ethan does. Ethan does most of that. Thanks, Ethan. But yeah, every buyer and every seller handles the negotiation process very differently, and I couldn't possibly cover all of the possible iterations of a negotiation that could happen. The main point for buyers is don't just outright buy things, because you really don't have to. And the main point for sellers, if you're selling something, is price your item higher than you need to get for it. Just one last note on offers and negotiation. All offers on Poshmark are binding. So if you as a seller or as a buyer send someone an offer and they accept it, that's the price. Like, there's no moving it from there. Kind of like, oh, I didn't really want it there. Or like, oh, I want to go back and... No, so if you want to put a lot of thought into what you hit accept on and also what you hit counter on, because especially as a seller, if you counter someone, but you were happy with the original offer they sent you, but you just thought you could get like maybe a few more dollars, they might, now it's the ball's in their court and they can just choose not to buy it. But once they've sent you an offer, they've essentially bought it for that amount if you accept. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, so that's a bit of an overview of buying and negotiating and prices on Poshmark. Let's go now to the next question everyone has, which is shipping. How does it work as a buyer? How does it work as a seller? So shipping on Poshmark is done, everything you buy in a bundle will be shipped under one shipping label. Poshmark provides the shipping label. It is generally $12.99 for the buyer. But again, the seller can cover some of that. If you get a shipping discount, know it's coming out of the seller's earnings. It's not just like, hey, can you give me $9.99 shipping as a favor? It's not a favor. They will lose that $3, just so you're aware. That covers up to 2.5 kilograms in Canada. So I think that's around 5 pounds. So the shipping label will come out, and unless you upgrade it, it will say on it 0.75 kilograms, but that label is good up to 2.5 kilograms worth of shipping. If you have something that's going to be shipped over that, I would recommend asking the buyer to split it into more bundles, and you can just discount the shipping for them to make up for it for them on their end. I try not to go over 5 pounds. I do sometimes. Again, everything is less expensive if you're on Poshmark US. USPS just seems to charge people less. That's fun for us up here. But if you're Canadian, you know how much our shipping costs. So $12.99 doesn't actually seem that bad for a 5 pound box of stuff, if that's what you're ordering. Another nice thing about Poshmark for sellers is that if you are discounting shipping, Poshmark's going to give you exactly what your earnings are going to be. So before you send people offers, it'll know like, you're sending them an offer for $65 and $9.99 shipping. Your takeaway from that's going to be $39.74 or whatever it is. I'm bad at math. That's super helpful as a seller to know. I wish they did for the buyers too, so that if buyer sends you a $5 offer, they know you'd make $1. So as a seller, when someone buys an item, you're emailed the prepaid shipping label, you just tape that onto the package, you take it to Canada Post, and as long as you didn't go overweight, you're good to go. If you did, I think they charge Poshmark, and then Poshmark takes it out of your earnings. So that's how I believe that chain goes, because all the shopping is done via like Poshmark and Canada Post's account with each other. I don't know, some sort of deal, So as a buyer, your package is shipped for you, obviously. There will be tracking information, so you and the seller will be able to track how close it is, where it is, when it's been dropped off at the mailbox, etc. And then when you receive the package, you have 3 days to accept your order. I would recommend checking to make sure that the items are as described. Once you hit accept order, the Posher gets the payment released to them. So in those 3 days, you get to decide if you will accept the package. Highly recommend that one. If you want to open a case to return the package. Something I've had a lot of people misunderstand is if you bought a bundle, you have an issue with one of the items, you can't just get returned or refunded for that item. You have to return the entire bundle to the shipper. In bundles, it's an all or nothing thing. If there's an issue with something, absolutely return it, but just know you're going to be returning all of those items to the seller. So Poshmark will give you a label, you'll just stick it in the mailbox, and it'll go back to the seller. They're never refunded and you get to keep it unless the seller lets you do that. We've done that a few times. Like when we first started, I fully put the wrong brand on something because I just thought I knew what brand it was, and it was something else. And she was like, hey, this isn't what I ordered. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So she ordered a bundle. I was just keep it, refund her the money. I lost out on all the profit for those like 4 items. That was my bad. So yeah, we do that in our closet if it's our bad. So regarding returns, it is the responsibility of the seller before you purchase to make sure you have as accurate of knowledge as you possibly can of what that item's condition is like before it's shipped to you. So if you're a seller, you don't hide the flaws in the photos, you accentuate them, you circle them, you highlight them. This is the flaw. Because if someone gets something with a flaw they weren't expecting, that is grounds for a return on Poshmark. Things that are not grounds for a return on Poshmark is if it doesn't fit you, which is why I would recommend mainly knowing what your measurements are from the ways that people usually take them on Poshmark, and then ordering things that fit those measurements. That's just the easiest way to make sure it's gonna fit. I know myself, I'm pretty lazy with this. I don't know my measurements. I know my rough sizes, and if something doesn't fit me, I do not return it. It's not supposed to be allowed. If you order a mystery box off Poshmark, I don't believe they accept returns on those. And what else? If Poshmark deems that the item was correctly described and the flaw was disclosed, and then again, they won't accept that return. Everyone's been scammed on both sides where, like, you order something online and it turns out it was total crap. That's not allowed. No Poshmark can do that to you. You are entitled to a return. And same with I didn't get this one item. You have proof of what the item looked like. What some people do is they take a video of them packaging it. That can be the most surefire way to save your butt. I might do that for, say, if we ever sell the Burberry trench coat in our closet, I'd probably video that just because that's expensive. So you just want to make sure that you're kind of covering your bases on that. You don't have to video every sale in anticipation of possible returns that aren't legit. It's super rare, but if you are selling something that's, say, over $500, we're gonna take videos of those when we sell them. I do want to say cases on Poshmark are normal. We're all human. We're all processing a lot of inventory. We all make mistakes. Most of the time, if we get a case, we just accept the return because it's like, oops, yeah, that sucks. One time we had a faux leather jacket and it completely cracked on the way there. Like, we put it in a poly mailer and I guess we should have padded it way differently. She was like, this cracking is way more than described. And I was like, oh my God, yes it is. I'm so sorry. Keep it, get the refund. That's garbage now. I'm so sorry. This is my cat. He wants in. He doesn't get in. This is the little kitty crusher that Ethan made to keep them out. We don't actually need it anymore because there's a couch there now, which really keeps them out. Which is good because Jupiter is actually weirdly strong and can open that door. A third very rare case that happens with some bundles is if Poshmark decides to refund both the buyer and release the funds to the seller. I've heard this happens. I think this has happened to us once, but that's super rare. So as a seller or as a buyer, don't count on that happening, but it does happen sometimes. Let's also talk about the last thing you need to know about Poshmark, especially as a seller, and that is sharing. So the only way you make sales on Poshmark is if you share your closet. What that does is it moves your items back to the top of, I guess, the queue. Poshmark has a lot of listings posted to it every single day, like a lot. So as a seller, your item is going to appear at the top of a search that matches your item. So say windbreaker. So you posted a windbreaker and someone types in windbreaker. Yours is at the top only so long as no one else has uploaded a windbreaker that uploaded one or shared one. the most recently shared or the most recently uploaded one. You can sort by either. You can sort by just in or just shared. Are the things at the top. So if you don't share your listings, you can see how you're going to be, it's like being on the second page of the Google search. No one's going to get there. No one's even going to see your listing. So that's where sharing comes in. Most poshers share their closet, depending on the size of the closet, 2, 3, 4 times a day. We share ours 3 times a day. And yes, it takes an hour every time. And yes, it kills us a little inside, but we're happy to, we're fortunate to have so many listings. So that means when you upload a listing, your item will be at the top of the search for maybe 5 seconds, maybe less, maybe 10. It depends on the rarity of the item. Like if you're uploading a Gucci belt, it's probably gonna be out there for at least a few minutes. How often do people upload Gucci belts? But if you're uploading Lululemon leggings, you need to share that because everyone's uploading Lululemon leggings to Poshmark. And so you want yours at the top so buyers can see it. So as a seller, when you share your listing, you come up with 2 options, share to party or share to followers. Share to party is only there if there's a party going on. It will always be there whether or not the item can be shared to the party. Slightly annoying, but if it's not in the category of like, say it's best in home posh party and you're trying to share shoes to it, it just won't let you do it. So the other option, and you can do this all the time, anytime, no matter what parties are going on, is share to followers. What that does is it puts it at the top of everyone's home feed who follows you, which is great. And if you're the one sharing it, it puts it at the top of the search results, which we talked about. Community shares are great on Poshmark. Other poshers can share your listings, and that's awesome. It shares it with their followers. It importantly does not reset the search results. So other people sharing your listings is great. They share it with their followers. Say they have a lot of followers. A lot of people might see that. But if you want to get your listing back to the top of the search results, you have to share it yourself, sadly. So that makes sharing a huge part of the day-to-day for a seller on Poshmark. It's pretty much a non-negotiable. Everyone knows you have to share. If anyone's going to see your stuff, they have to see it if they're going to buy it. So sharing is important. So I think we've covered what Poshmark is, kind of how it works for beginners, sellers, and buyers, shipping, how that works, returns, how that works, sharing and how that works, what reselling is, who we are. So the last thing I want to talk about in this video is just what you can expect from this channel. And that's mostly a lot of rambling from me, to be honest, but also haul videos, so thrift hauls. We're definitely we're planning on sharing a lot of our numbers with you guys. We're pretty comfortable doing that, I think. So yeah, we are going to be sharing our numbers with you at the very least for the next few months. We just want to do that to show what it's like as beginner resellers. We are still beginners. I know I just pretended I knew everything about Poshmark, but I know frick all. That's just the basics. Yeah, we want to show you guys a realistic picture of like how many hours you have to put in to make what kind of a return, what that looks like, so that if someone's making a decision like, am I gonna quit my job to do this full time? Am I gonna like get into this thing, that they can do that with informed, like some information about what other people are doing and making and what's possible, essentially, is what we want to provide you guys with. Yeah, and just regular reseller content. If you're a reseller, you know the content. Hopefully if you're a reseller, you didn't watch this video because it would be so boring for you. I hate intros. I'll tell you who I am and then we'll get right to the content from now on. So if you need to come back and reference this video for like, oh, what's sharing again? Or like, oh, what do I do when I download Poshmark again? That's what this video is here for. But other than that, we're just gonna get going on some much more fun videos for you guys than this. But I just figured I should answer some questions right off the bat. I don't know how much of this Ethan had to cut out. I've been a horrible scatterbrain. It's gonna be a nightmare to edit. Sorry. We're gonna try and provide you guys with what works. And so hopefully if you start reselling, you can skip over all of our stupid mistakes. Yeah, so thank you guys if you've made it this far. I hope this was informative for someone out there. If not, this is gonna be my least favorite video on our platform, I hope. Hit subscribe if you want to see the journey. I promise it'll be more exciting than this was. Yeah, follow The Every Closet on Instagram, download Poshmark, use code The Every Closet. Just get on all our platforms and that would be awesome. Okay, I need to leave. I can't. Oh God.